All right. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Sean. Just kidding.
Todo Camila.
Oh, look at this. Freedom Girls is live on my phone. That's so cool.
All right. So, do you think we have a good setup? Can you see?
I'm going to look. I got to turn it like that. Yep.
All right. I think that we can hear you well, too, because I have my volume turned all the way up on the laptop. I'm not sure who's looking on, but hello, everyone. The baby says hi. Your baby said hi? Yeah. So we know we're a little early, everyone. Welcome to Freedom Girls Talk. We have some new faces on the show tonight. And we're going to give a couple of minutes here for folks to log on. But I see our co-host is logged on. You're probably wondering, like, what the heck is going on? And where's my Leslie? Lord Jesus. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, boo, hey. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Did you stay away from the rain tonight, Miss Sutton? I hope so, because it was a stormy mess out there today. Stormy mess. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of intro everyone while we wait for some folks to log on. So you're probably wondering, what the heck is 3 moms and some babies about? Well, there's 3 moms and a baby. Yeah, so all of these ladies are super great moms. And so to my far right on the end there, that's Miss Rachel Jones. Wave at everybody, Miss Rachel Jones. And she has a whole bunch of kids. You have 4 now, right? Mm-hmm. She has 4 children, all under the age of 9. Mm-hmm. All under the age of 9. The Lord is her shepherd. He shall not leave her alone. Is that how the scripture goes? I need to read my Bible, because I don't think that's how it goes. In the middle, we have Miss Priscilla. Wave at everyone, Priscilla.
Hey, guys.
And this is Maria. Camila, you gonna say hello?
Say hi.
Say hi. Oh, now she doesn't say hi. She's been saying. Hey, Ursula. And on this lovely screen, I'm not sure if you guys can see her, is my co-host. Leslie, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
It's like having Oprah. Hello. It's my Oprah. So my lovely co-host is co-hosting from our laptop this evening, because she has had some mom life happenings going on today. So I'm sure you can hear her a little bit. Leslie, tell the people why you're home.
So, unfortunately, I had to take my husband to the emergency room 2 times in the past 3 days. He was admitted to the hospital late last night, really this morning. It was probably like 3 or 4 a.m. By the time I got home at like 2:30, my son woke up and mom life happened, which is so funny that we're talking about being a mom tonight. And I was at home. I was up like wrestling with him, so I literally got about 2 hours of sleep last night.
And that's how the Lord has said for her life.
Yeah. But when I was going to go to sleep today in the hospital, they were like, okay, we're about to discharge you. So I am honestly physically, mentally, and spiritually exhausted, and my body feels like it's going to shut down. So instead of it was a very difficult decision. I just had to decide to take care of my health, so that way I'm not next in the hospital room. So I know that MJ is going to do wonderful, and she has a co-host tonight.
I do. This is my new co-host. See, she is ready, honey.
Yes.
She is ready for the camera. So, ladies, I would love for you guys to go ahead and tell us a bit about yourselves. Priscilla, why don't we start with you? tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Priscilla. I have 3 children. I have a 9-year-old, Alex, a 6-year-old, Daniela, and Manny is just turned 1. Yeah, he just turned 1, and I know we're going to talk about this later, but I was a stay-at-home mom for 6 months, and now I'm back to work, and Mania can.
We're going to talk all about that. I'm very excited to talk about that. Well, Priscilla, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you setting some time aside and getting a babysitter for your babies for this evening, because I think Keith, her husband, he's out of town, no?
He's out of town. My husband's out of town, so yeah.
So yeah, Keith is the husband who gave her the babies. Rachel, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi. Hi, I'm Rachel, and I have 4 beautiful children, 8, 6, 4, and 8 months. So that's JL, John, Jaya, Judah.
I think she might have forgot for 5 seconds who her kids were. She's
Just
like,
a little
J.
bit.
They all start with J.
Yeah, they all start with J. And I stay at home with my children, and I homeschool as well.
Lord Jesus, special place in heaven for her. And this is Maria. Maria, tell the people all about who you are.
Hi guys, my name is Maria. I'm a Herbalife distributor. So basically, I started I opened up a nutrition club after I had great results with the product, and I found out I was pregnant. She's gonna be 2 next month, and so I already had a business going, and now I have a baby. So what do? My baby was my business. So now I bring my baby to my business, my nutrition club, and we have a great time together. I get to spend every day with her, which is awesome. My husband helps me a lot with her, but the business that I'm in, it just makes it so easy to take her with me everywhere. Like, she's with me 24/7, which makes it awesome, and I wouldn't want it any other way, so it's exciting.
That's awesome. So since we're on the subject of the baby being with you all day, how has your business, I guess, allowed you to kind of have that work and mommy life all at the same time? Like, tell us a little bit how it works, having the baby at your shop.
So basically, I mean, when she was first born, I breastfed her for a whole year, so I had to bring her with me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, moms were so awesome. Like, we make things happen. So I opened my nutrition club at 6:30 in the morning, and I would bring my baby with me. I had everything there for her. I had her little swing. She was so tiny, so I put her in her swing. She would sleep through so I make healthy meal shakes every day. So the blenders are running. And she got used to the noise. She got used to the
like white noise at night too.
So she could sleep through anything. She got used to having people around her, so she's very social. And I just basically made it work to have her with me and help my clients. So it just kind of shows other moms that it is possible.
Yeah.
Here, Mama. It is possible to have a business and have your kids with you.
And have a phone for them to play on.
Yeah.
There you go.
A must. YouTube. And it's basically, I mean, it works because I get to help a lot of people get healthy with me while she's there next to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like she's my partner. Like even when she was a baby, like I would tell her like, oh my God, you're amazing. Thank you for helping me today.
Aww.
Like, thank you for being so good. I got to weigh in new people. I got to help new people get started in their programs.
Yeah.
And I mean, she now she's gonna be 2. And she'll see people get on the scale, and she'll get right on there next after them. And
she said, I'm gonna weigh in too.
Yes. I call her my greeter because every time people walk in, she's greeting them. So it's very exciting.
Yeah. Do you has anyone ever, I guess, asked like in the shop, like, how do you do it, or Do you find it distracting at all to have her in the shop with you?
Actually, not at all. The funny part is that now my clients, you know, they come in every day. If she's not there, they're like, "Where is she?" Yes, it happens every day.
Where the baby at?
Yes, like now they don't only come for the shakes, but to see her. So like today, my sister came by and picked her up, and they're coming in like, "Where is she?" I'm like, you know, people don't come to see Maria anymore. It's sad. It's very sad, but as a mom, that's something you just gotta have to realize.
We apologize for the overhead noise if you're hearing that. There may or may not be a thunderstorm or rain. So hopefully you can hear everyone well. Well, Maria, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your business and how baby literally is your partner at work. So that's super awesome. We're gonna skip over and go to Miss Rachel. Girl, how did you decide to homeschool all those kids?
Okay, so staying at home before, really loud, gotta get loud. Sorry guys, I'm quiet. Gotta speak over the rain. So I decided to homeschool soon after staying at home. Soon after I decided to not come back from my maternity leave because I had so many kids. So it was 3 kids, and I because I ended up being pregnant with my 3rd, I had decided, okay, well, we'll give homeschool a try. But this was before I knew I was pregnant. And so I tried for 3 days, and my oldest, and she loved it. She was 3 years old. She loved it. And I was just really tired. Found out I was pregnant. So we let JL go to preschool for 4 years old while I was having a baby and still working part-time. So, but after maternity leave, I just didn't go back. And it was more so out of necessity than it was my dream to stay home, because it wasn't. I was working part-time, which I thought was good because it gave me some time out of the house. But I was actually losing more money than I was bringing in because childcare and just different expenses being self-employed. So that became, okay, well, let's weigh our options. So I decided to stay home. And then homeschool came around because also cost effectiveness, because I checked out a Montessori. I lived in Tinley Park at the time, checked out a Montessori. It was great, it was fabulous, it was fantastic, but it was really, really expensive. So I said,
the Montessori, they get ridiculous with their prices at the Montessori.
It was ridiculous. And I was like, okay, Montessori, Christian school education. I was like, you know what? Yes, we can homeschool. So I decided that I could, even though I said I never would or be able to. I used to say, I'll pay somebody to homeschool because I did believe in the benefits of homeschooling. So but I never thought that I would be doing it. So
can you tell us a little bit about those benefits of homeschooling? Like, why do you think it's good versus your kids going to public school or to Montessori, or what are your beliefs about homeschool?
For me, influence for me was a big part of it. I wanted to be a major influence and try to drown out the extra, you know, because you put them in the classroom with 30 kids, you got 30 plus the teacher and all these different influences and backgrounds and just different things. So I felt like in their early stages of life, it'd be good to kind of protect them from that and try to build a foundation first, where they could, you know, have a solid foundation and be able to, you know, address some of the things that we don't agree with, you know, in the world. And so I think that was like a major reason for homeschool benefit, as well as, you know, just kind of watching, being able to tailor their education to each child, because each child is different, and it's as opposed to, you know, them having difficulty.
Hi, Ray.
Hi, Ray. As opposed to them having struggles or being the talker, because my kids ask a lot of questions, especially my oldest. you know,
No, not JL.
Not having to worry about labels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or being, you know, because you talk too much, ask too many questions. So I thought it would be a good way to protect that as well, and really just kind of help them grow individually.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay. I mean, I guess for me, like I always thought that I would be a stay-at-home mom, and it was going well for a little while. Circumstances changed that for me, and I think that I'm glad that my boys are in school, because I ended up being a single mom of boys, and I'm like, this is too much. I can't do it, and I don't want to see your pubic hairs. My son tried to show me his pubic hairs, by the way. That's what happens when they trust your mom too much. I don't want to know about it, okay? Priscilla, tell us why you decided to go back to work after giving the whole stay-at-home mom thing a go for, I think you said 6 months, right?
Yeah.
All right, tell us all about that.
First of all, if I could give you some background, like you, MJ, I wanted to stay home. That's what I thought I wanted to do from the time I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
And so it was definitely a dream. So number 3 came along. I had worked with the other 2, but I had a lot of flexibility with my other jobs. I worked from home. I had an opportunity for a big job at my previous employer. I was managing people, working long hours. It was a good opportunity. I took it. When I got pregnant and the baby came along, he's almost 13 months now.
And he's precious. His name is Manny.
So a year ago, after maternity leave, I did go back for a few months, and then it was just too much on the family. My husband and I and the kids. I was leaving the house at 7:30 in the morning and getting home at 6 at night. And I was feeling like I'm not seeing my other children and not getting enough time to be with them, taking a lot of sick time because you've got 3 kids and someone's always getting sick.
Someone's always got a snotty nose.
So anyway, I decided to leave that job in August. So because of the stress of the previous job and my dream to want to be home with the baby in particular. So anyway, that happened in August. In December, an old employer reached out to me, and just through talking with them and everything, I just felt like I kind of passed it up. And as a mom, as a woman, I think being a woman is the hardest
Heck
thing
yeah, it
ever.
is. Being a woman is the hardest thing
the
ever.
decisions we have to make as far as, do I work, do I not work? It's not really a thing that many men have to go through or wrestle with. So, anyhow, I like to say, I joke, I lasted all of 6 months.
She tried it, y'all. She tried for 6 months. Be home with the babies. That's my cat.
I'm glad I did it because it was a dream and I was able to say that I did it, and also by doing it I was able to figure out that that wasn't for me, and that's okay.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that? Okay. She realized that after 6 months that being a stay-at-home mom wasn't for her. And so before I let her go on, we want to make sure that you guys get, like, Freedom Girls, we're about pushing the passions of women, period. Whether it be you're a stay-at-home mom, whether it be that you have a gigantic business or a business period like Maria, you have to do what works best for you. So tell us, Priscilla, like, what is it in those 6 months that helped you decide that it wasn't for you to be at home with the baby?
Well, I did love being home with the baby.
With the baby.
With the one baby. I have 3, and I'm good with the kids one-on-one, but when you get all 3 of them in the room with me and they all want your attention, and I know you can all relate to this, when they all want your attention at the same time, it was too much. And I think the hardest thing about being a stay-at-home mom is that I didn't realize it when I worked, but work was actually a mental break. It was time for me, and especially if you do something you love, which I did and I do now. I'm doing what I was doing before, which is consulting with small businesses, actually. That that's my passion, that's my purpose, my calling.
Yeah.
I love that, and I felt like I was giving some of that up to do that. Anyway, I didn't realize that while I was working when I left, but then when I was home and it's 24/7 and you've got a baby and my baby still wakes up at night, so you never ever get a break, and even when you do, you feel guilty about it. So that's the hardest thing I think about staying home.
Do you think that the time when you did leave work and then being at home for those 6 months, that it really was kind of like an awakening for you to like realize what your real passions are?
I knew I was passionate.
Yeah.
When I left my job, I left. There's certain things about your job you don't like, but for the most part, I would say I loved what I did.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I was leaving a bad situation.
Yeah.
I could afford to work and still pay for childcare.
Sure.
I thankfully. So I wouldn't say it was an awakening as far as that goes, but it was an awakening for me to see that. My husband even said this. I mean, you're best suited. I always thought you were best suited to be a working mom.
Yeah.
And I will add that one key difference, and something if I could not really plug, but something that I think needs to be discussed more in our culture is just the ability for women to work and be able to afford childcare, be able to have flex time, be able to telecommute. So that was the difference between my previous employer and this one. I now work for the Women's Business Development Center, so I work with mostly all women, all women actually.
Did you hear that, you guys? She works with mostly all women. Business consulting.
I have some, we see female and male clients, but my coworkers and boss, and so they get it, they understand that I'm a working mom, and I told them when I went back, my kids come first, my family comes first. So I do get to work from home 1 day a week. I told them I want Fridays off. I'm home by 4. So that was the big difference in having flexibility, telecommuting, and that's what women don't get enough of, unfortunately. And so many women have to choose between family and work, and I feel like I have a perfect situation now where I don't have to choose.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it is.
One thing that you said that I want the other moms to kind of chime in here. Feel free to just chat away. You mentioned having work was kind of like your you time. How do you guys have your you time and the babies that work with you and you got 85 kids? How are you getting your you time? Like, where does that come in at? Like,
you want to go, Marie?
I'll go. I actually get a lot of help with my husband, my mother-in-law, my sister just came by today and picked her up. Going to the gym. She loves the daycare there. Like, she's not in a daycare right now, but going to the gym, my husband and I are both people who like to work out and like to feel great. So, after I close the shop at 5 o'clock, I go straight to the gym, and she loves being at the daycare, so I know she's being taken care of. And I get my time of, getting a great workout, and I love it, And even like I said, we get a lot of help. So we do get do
get your time not being mom.
Yes.
Rachel, what about you? Because you have a lot of, I know I'm giving her a hard time. You do have a lot of kids. But they're all under the age of 9. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. How do you get your you time in?
Now that's an area I'm very, very weak in. I preach it. Make sure you get your you time. But I don't do that great of a job getting it all the time, every week. I get it every so often sometimes, and so that's not good. But when I do, it's either at the gym or early morning. But problem with the gym is I don't really get there unless I get up before 5 o'clock.
Right.
So that has been a challenge. But other than that, just kind of getting out. I'll go. Unfortunately, some of my me time I have to combine with grocery time.
Grocery shopping is where the Lord is. I'm so serious. I do not take my kids to the grocery store. That's my time.
You can't think.
Don't even ask me
in the grocery store.
That's awful. I feel like I become this person that no one wants to know. when my children are with me at the grocery store.
Mm.
Stop asking me so many questions. Don't touch your brother. Stop kicking him. You don't have to pee that many times. How can we help you though, Rachel? Like, you know, do you feel like you need to build a bigger community to help, you know, you get that time? What do you think you need?
I think this is what I would tell other moms.
Are y'all listening?
And so I tell it to myself too, is you have to be very intentional. You have to schedule time with yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's not going to happen, especially when you have more than one
Yeah.
child. You have to schedule time for yourself. And scheduling, I mean, it's like time with God. You have to schedule it or it's just going to go. And time is going to go and, oh, I want to help this and help that. And it's like, no. It's like when it's your time, take it and go.
Leslie, how do you have your you time?
When do I have my me time?
Yeah.
I have a lot of my me time when I'm on the train commuting or in the car commuting to work, since I have an hour and 15-minute commute one way to work every day.
That's awful. That's a long time.
It's very awful.
You have a lot of me
very
time.
awful.
Yeah,
And also
right?
Exercising, and then this year I've also created a challenge for myself to read one book per month. So my mission is to read 12 books this year, so that's going to be my me time as well.
That's awesome. What about, let's see, let's talk about obstacles, you guys. What obstacles, Priscilla, do you think that you face as a mom, a working mom, and we're both corporate, if you will? What obstacles do you think that, what are some of your obstacles that you have being a working mom?
Well, I think I kind of alluded to it. This is more general. Thankfully I don't have this obstacle anymore, but I think in general, just working moms don't necessarily have the support of their male counterparts in the working world, their employers. So I think that's a huge obstacle in general for women.
I know it is for me. I always tell Leslie, because sometimes she's able to, she has more flexibility with her. Hi. Hi. She has more flexibility with her work schedule. Like for me, I'm in marketing and sales, and I literally have to send a text and an email and say, hey, I need to leave early today. I can't just like leave. Like if my kids need to be picked up or if they're sick, you know. For a while I did not have that flexibility, and it was very hard. And for a while I was the only mom in the entire company. So they didn't understand that when your kid's sick, you can't just like leave them at home and say, I'm coming in, I'm going to give them some aspirin and check in. Like there has to be someone there caring for the child. So that is one of, I know a lot of, you have obstacles too? No. That's how I feel when I have obstacles, a baby crying. That is definitely something that I know a lot of moms struggle with. Rachel, what about you? Like, what are some of your obstacles outside of you? We need to help you with your youth.
I would say some of the obstacles that any of us have, the same as anyone else, but self-doubt or criticism from others, and being able to, just keeping, positive thoughts toward, just because there's just challenges with homeschool. Like I told you actually before the show, we talked about, had kind of an awful day yesterday. It was just kind of just feeling a little discouraged and a little just tired.
Yeah, very momish.
a very mom day.
Yeah.
So so I like those real days because, and I didn't feel my normal fight back. When you can fight back and you're like, okay, let's get it together.
Right.
And, what you can tell other moms and to encourage them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can use that and encourage myself. Well, yesterday I promised like 3 people pray for me. And I was like, thank you, Jesus.
That's good. And I think sometimes too that moms, we have this superhero thing where we're just like, it's going to be fine. We bounce back like Rachel was saying and have it all together. But as I was trying to encourage my co-host earlier, Sister Leslie, she, just feeling like she was going to, break and kind of lose it a bit. And she always encourages me because I have an issue with crying. Rachel knows this. I'm not very good at crying. It's not one of my strengths. I kind of hate it. It makes me really tired and hungry. So I try to avoid it at all times. But I know that Leslie encourages me to, when I feel it, to allow it to happen. And I think us moms, we don't give ourselves enough time, or even allow ourselves the okay to say, I'm going to effing lose it. I'm about to cry. And Leslie's encouraged me to go in the bathroom. When my kids are doing their own thing and they need me, and Mr. Johnson needs me, and my work needs me, and I have 3 kids. Love you, honey. We have to go in the bathroom and just let it out. So I'm proud of you for allowing yourself to
have that moment kind of all day. Yeah.
Where do you want to go? Maria, what about you? Do you have any obstacles?
Yes. This one right now.
Baby said, come on, let's go home. I'm sleepy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, when she has literally now, I have her all day, and then, when I'm with the client, getting them started, or, answering any questions for them. And, we have our moments, and they're going to have their moments too, where, they're tired or whatever the case might be. And she needs my attention. So it's kind of having to juggle that moment of, helping someone with having to, be there for my child. So, it's a challenge. I have made a million shakes holding her, and I kind of just make it work.
She loves her new auntie, by the way.
And yeah, even at the store, I have amazing clients who, known her since she was a baby, so they come in and talk to her, some dance, some show them their phone. So, but another big challenge for me as far as my business is just, getting out there more. That's something that I used to do when I didn't have being a mom now. So it's when I leave my store, before it would be okay, let me go talk to more people. Yeah. And now, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, so it's kind of okay, I need my alone time, meaning going to the gym. Right. But then I have to go, I want to go home and make a nice meal for my husband, and I have clothes to wash, and it's all these.
Talk about clothes right now.
So you have all these things that you have in your home to do. Yeah. And having to juggle a business, your own time, and your husband, having a cooked meal, having clean clothes, and all that good stuff. So
it's a lot.
It's definitely a mission.
I like that word, mission.
Yeah, it's a mission. I am a very sit back, really chill kind of person. I don't really stress about it. I'm you know what? It'll get done when it gets done.
I wish I had that.
I do, and I don't know how I get.
I'm OCD. I can't sleep. I can go to bed and I will see a dish in the sink. I'm I gotta get up and wash it.
Yeah. So I guess that one I'm able to. Really kind of just you know what, it's gonna get done tomorrow. Me and my husband, we kind of work together, knowing he knows I have a business to run, I have message to answer, so I cannot, if it doesn't get done today, it will definitely get done tomorrow. So it's not he doesn't give me that stress of that clothes haven't been done. Okay, I know it has to be done, and it'll get done. So definitely challenges every day. Yeah. Sometimes if he has a meeting early in the morning, I have to get her up, to be at the store at 6:30, which, she hates it, early. But it has, I have to make it work. So
if you guys were to give the moms out here one piece of advice, what would that advice be? Coming either from you being just a mom or homeschooling or whatever it may be. Let's give the ladies some advice here on this show. Rachel?
Yeah. Okay. I would first say just from a homeschooling, it's I did want to mention it's not something that, like I said, wasn't my dream to do. Didn't think I would ever do it. And it's also not something that you're born with. It's something I really had to pray through for the grace to be able to do it.
Yes, honey.
And
Grace.
it took a good 3 years of praying through to really change and I'm a completely different person. My daughter's now 3rd grade. So completely different person now than I was when I started. So I will say that. So it's not just like this magic that happens and this patience that's just there. I am a patient person, but hallelujah, with your own children, it's a little different.
She's trying to say her babies ain't angels.
So something
Maybe.
I would say is because I let go of striving for a perfect balance and kind of just look for a rhythmic balance and just kind of, okay, let the Holy Spirit kind of lead in that. And I would say stop, breathe, pray.
Yeah. And
Listen.
drink wine. Or not.
Listen before you drink wine. Listen. You don't want to listen after the wine because it might be distorted.
What about you, Priscilla? What's one piece of advice that you would give moms out there?
I think that in general that we live in a society culture that is just judging all the time, and parents in general, and I would say that we need to stop that. And whether you want to stay home, whether you want to homeschool, whether you want to be a working mom, whether you want to bring your kids to work with you, that's a decision that a mom and family has to make together.
Right.
And I'm no better than you, and you're no better than me because you stay home or because I work. So I think we can all agree that we all love our children and all put our family first. And that may look different for different people, but there's just not enough support for women and moms. So instead of judging, let's support each other and help each other out.
I love that.
Yes.
And supporting each other, and not women, period. We tend to be a little catty, a little judgmental, even in like our fakeness. Like, oh, hey girl, how you doing? You homeschool your kids? You think you everything. No, really, that's just how it is. Like, oh, I don't know how you do that. And instead of, you can have some water. Instead of doing that, we really do need to support each other. So thank you, Priscilla, for saying that.
Yeah.
Maria, what about you? One piece of advice.
Well, I love health and I love fitness, and definitely one of my biggest advice would be definitely take care of yourself first. A lot of times we, as moms, I believe we kind of put ourselves just kind of like, whenever I get to myself, I'll do something about it, or whenever the kids get older, I'll start working on myself. So I think one of the biggest things would be, if you feel great right now, like if you feel, if you work on yourself, imagine how happy your household is going to be, or your kids, So if you give yourself at least 30 minutes to give yourself some time, one of the biggest thing now is meal prepping. You'll meal
prepping.
Yes.
Leslie and I know all about meal prepping.
Healthy for your family, for yourself. I mean, you basically save a lot of money out having to go out and buy food from all these fast food restaurants. So like I said, my biggest advice, take care of yourself first. Don't feel guilty to want to have at least 30 minutes to give yourself that workout that you feel would, like when I'm done with my workout, I feel amazing. Like I just want to go home and, I have more energy.
I can conquer the world after.
Yes. So
only for like an hour, and then I'm sleeping.
You're, I think if you're like, if they say happy wife, happy life. So if same thing, happy mom, your kids will have more, time to enjoy with you if you feel great about yourself. If you're loving yourself first. So definitely a must.
Leslie, do you have any tips for the people, for the moms out there?
I would say one of the biggest things that I have had to take heed of, and we've kind of already touched on it, is really finding that joy in your life. And of course, our children are our joy, and our spouses are our joy, and our family. Those are all our joy. But what is it that you really enjoy doing for yourself? And for me, I would say mine is sleeping. I like to sleep, I like to eat, and I like to talk. So, so we have Freedom Girls Talk. So there you go. But I enjoy having those peaceful times of just quietness, real time. So whatever it is that you really enjoy doing, communicate that to your family members, spouse, whoever your support system is.
Yeah.
So that way you can actually get that time to fulfill, that joy in your life. Because I love my children wholeheartedly beyond words. However, I just want to be sane.
Right. I want to continue to like my children.
Yes. In order for me to be sane, I need my time.
Right.
I need my time. And I know that I was talking to Jennifer and Ursula over on the event during this session. And I believe it was Jennifer mentioning that, sometimes she feels guilty for dropping off her kids at the daycare. I told her, I was like, girl, I'm the opposite. I'm like, see you later. Sometimes I wish I didn't see them till like 7. But I love seeing their faces when they run up to me and say, Mommy! That adult time away and just wonderful. So we did have a question from the audience, Mania, or MJ. MJ.
Sure, I'm MJ or Mania, whatever you want to call me. What's the question?
The question was for our mom, Rachel, and she wanted to know, what curriculum do you use for homeschooling your children?
You know what? If she, I use several different things. So if you inbox me, I would love to chat and talk because I use a lot.
She teaches her kids from the Bible. She teaches Psalm all day.
Okay, so we'll make that connection happen afterwards, since she uses so many. Is that cool?
Yeah, just if you frame me and inbox me, I will be happy to.
Well, we can do that. All right, thank you.
I would definitely. My kids would be on the computer. Isn't there like a school online?
Actually, yeah. That's one my third grade. I couldn't wait till she got to third
Y'all
grade.
go log on. I'm gonna take a nap.
I did want to say one thing to
Yeah.
what we were just saying about that, but the me time, the Jesus time, is so important at the start of my day for me to be a nice person throughout the rest of the day and have a really good day. And so yesterday, I know it went pretty awful, but I didn't get that Jesus time. So I noticed the difference. And don't be afraid. I don't know if I should say don't be afraid to lock yourself in the bathroom, but I mean, I don't know if anybody else finds safety in the bathroom, for a little bit longer than probably should be in there. But so that Jesus time, scheduling that exercise times, it just makes for a healthier person and a happier person, much nicer.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that we actually all have in common. I was mentioning to the ladies earlier, like Rachel has 85 degrees. She has 85 children and 85 degrees in fitness and nutrition. Priscilla loves to run, and I feel like I want her distance because it takes me like 85 hours to run 2 miles. And Maria runs Herbalife, and so we will definitely put Maria's website up on Freedom Girls page. And Marie, can you tell the people a little bit about what Herbalife is and how they can find you?
Herbalife is a nutrition company, so basically it makes your kind of day easier to get all the nutrition that you need in your body. So you wake up in the morning and have a healthy meal shake, an awesome tea that's going to give you the energy for the day, and you work it into your everyday life. And Herbalife is a lifestyle, so it's not like something that you kind of do for a wedding or for a diet, for some kind of diet.
So you're saying I can lose 10 pounds in like 2 weeks for Sharice's wedding?
I mean, I personally, don't recommend like those quick diet. It's not realistic, because it's not good for your body and all that.
Maria.
So it's a lifestyle change.
Right, I mean, lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
I could guide you on to how to lose 10 pounds, but in a healthy, active lifestyle kind of way of doing your health. It's your health, so we got to treat our bodies great. So it's we have our nutrition club in Chicago Heights, so it's 174 South Houston, in Chicago Heights, and my number is 708-654-8105. And any questions, I do free health evaluations to kind of see, what your goals are, what you're looking to accomplish. Small changes are great to make bigger goals happen. Yeah. So, I could definitely help you, get you started, and get you in a healthier, happier you.
You see how we did that? We done told y'all to go to pray and to work out, and then we're going to give you a solution. Jesus and Maria. Priscilla, do you want to have anything with your company that you would like everyone to know about?
Sure. It's a disclaimer that I'm speaking here for myself.
Yeah, it's just her.
This is not the opinion of the Women's Business Development Center, but I work for the Women's Business Development Center downtown. We have several locations actually, and we provide business advising for free. So this is paid by your tax dollars. So I encourage you, whether it's the Women's Business Development Center or another small business development center in the state of Illinois, you can go online, wbdc.org, and find out more about us and how we can help you in your business.
Isn't that wonderful? Jesus, Maria, and the people at the business place. And Rachel's going to tell people how to teach her kids with a whole bunch of stuff that we don't know about yet. But Rachel, do you have
I do.
Of course she does. I'm a horrible human being because I'm a part of that. But go ahead, Rachel.
We have a couple different businesses. One, an organization, Atmosphere of Heaven, which Mania is on this CD.
I Miriam and I have sang on that CD.
she's on there somewhere. So make sure you pick up Atmosphere of Heaven, and it's atmosphereheaven.com. And if you want any information about green products or chemical-free, non-toxic, just inbox me, and I will be glad to share that information with you.
Look at that, you guys. Well, Leslie. Girl, you hear all this goodness to people?
It's amazing. I love seeing moms doing their freaking thing and being mamas and
Well, we appreciate you guys so much, and we thank you for your prayers for Leslie and for her husband, who has a little sicky going on. And we pray over you, Leslie, that you get amazing rest tonight. And that your babies will sleep through the night. And we thank all of you for watching and being engaging with Leslie on both of the pages. So thank you for that. And Leslie and I are just what, Leslie?
We are just two women.
Two wives.
Two moms.
With one mission, and that is to bring glory to the Lord and to help you live a free and transparent life. As a woman, and to push your passions to make them happen. Whether you are a business owner, a homeschooler, or moms who work, we want you to go after your passions of whatever that is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure that you follow us on YouTube. Visit our new website, launched over the weekend. I feel like Oprah, all that screaming. It's www.freedomgirlswithaz.org. Go on there. Send us your contact information. We would love to keep in contact with you, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We love you guys. Have a good night. Bye, everyone. Bye.